Good afternoon. My name is Nora Slawick, and I'm the mayor of Maplewood. Prior to this, I served 7 terms in the Minnesota House. Today, I'm here with many other local elected officials. We are from the suburbs. We include commissioners, mayors, council members, and we are urging Governor Dayton to veto the so-called Preemption bill, House File 600 or Senate File 580. The bottom line is that communities like Maplewood have diverse needs that only local government can be responsive to. Few statistics. 55 cities have passed a resolution of support for local decision-making, including Maplewood. Also, a Star Tribune poll this week shows a majority of Minnesotans, 60%, do not support initiatives to block cities from setting their own workplace rules. The state government should not take a one-size-fits-all approach to lawmaking that denies local communities the right to make choices that are best for them. In our case, in Maplewood, I wanted to give a very specific example as we passed something called a franchise fee to help fund our roads. We have crumbling roads. We had a faulty mixture that was put down in our southern part of our community, and we needed a way to supplement our road funding, and so we passed a franchise fee. My understanding with something like the Preemption bill is it could cause a reverse referendum on that, or it could cause us to have a referendum to do such future type initiatives. So bottom line is we do not want this bill. You know, we really think, and particularly all of us here in Maplewood, that local government is the closest and most responsive to our citizens. If you have an issue in your neighborhood in Maplewood, you're going to contact your city council member, your county commissioner, or your mayor, me, right, first, not your state legislator. The reality is that not everyone can come down to St. Paul to testify at a committee hearing in the middle of the day, but more people can attend their city council or county commission meetings. We ask that Governor Dayton reject legislation that erodes the fundamental principle of local control in cities across Minnesota. The bottom line, this is a bad bill for good governance. With that, I'd like to introduce my colleague, Debbie Goettel, Hennepin County Commissioner.
Thank you very much, Nora. It's Debbie Goettel, G-O-E-T-T-E-L. I am the Hennepin County Commissioner for District 5. That's the cities of Bloomington, Eden Prairie, and Ridgefield, so suburban communities. You know, local control is really important for good governance, as Nora said, and we believe that here as well. I was the mayor of Ridgefield for 10 years before I became the county commissioner. And in Ridgefield and some of our other suburban cities, we are tackling the racial equity issue. And we need flexibility to do that. We need every tool in the basket to be able to do this. This is so important to how we move things forward. We can hit a goal, but we have to do it our own way. When I was a sitting mayor, we did partnership agreements. We did that because our legislators told us we need you to back us up, show us what you can do. Out of that sprung up the marriage amendment, and we passed that. That's how these things come up from cities. If we do preemption, if we take away that local control, some of the best things we've done in Minnesota will go to the wayside. We don't need that. This is a slippery slope. We don't need to go this way. In Hennepin County, we did a 15 minimum wage for all of our employees, including interns here. And it's a slippery slope because counties are the next hit list after the cities. Look at the headlines here. GOP targets LRT projects. They're going to take away our right to do projects. So a new business comes to town. We need a new project to help out these great businesses, and we got to wait for a legislative session? Are you kidding me? This is not good governance, and we need to move things forward. There's some other great comments I want people to come share. We have council member Susan Paugh from Brooklyn Park next.
Thank you. I'm Councilwoman Susan Paugh from the City of Brooklyn Park, and I'm here today to speak against the House File 600 Preemption Bill because it prevents local communities like mine from making choices and decisions that are best for them. You know, people in our state are struggling to make a living. They're struggling to pay their high health care costs. They're struggling to put their kids through college. They're struggling to save for retirement. And they're also struggling to choose between a paycheck or the health of them and their families. And that's not right. There are real issues that people in our cities and our state are facing. And I believe that we need to protect people and communities' right to make decisions at the local level, allowing them to improve their economic circumstances and decide what is right for them. I'm asking our Governor, Mark Dayton, please veto the bill when it comes across your desk. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Mayor Haugen Kennedy from North Branch.
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming, and thank you for all those who spoke before me. North Branch City Council unanimously, along with many cities and governing boards across the state, unanimously voted to fight and oppose the onslaught of preemption bills, including HF 600 and SF 580. We are out every day working, playing, living, and learning with our constituents. We work through our problems. We create solutions. Local elected officials give a voice to the individual points of view that are all often lost with a popular vote. It's all done for us on camera, in the light of day. There are no closed-door meetings in our city council. Minnesotans overwhelmingly support and want to protect local democracy. The majority of local government elections are the last bastion of nonpartisan elections. Let's protect that. It is not right to take away the freedom of local governments to do what they need to do for their constituents. I'm asking Governor Dayton to do what is right for Minnesota local governments and all those that they serve. I want him to veto HF 600, SF 580, and all preemption bills that come across his desk. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Councilmember Budashevsky from Crystal.
Thank you for being here today. I'm John Budashevsky. I'm a councilman from the city of Crystal. My last name is spelled Budzizewski. They asked me to spell my last name. It's a rather difficult last name. House File 600 has huge implications for people's lives. There's a dignity that comes to someone's labor, and preemption undermines that dignity. I think Senator Sanders has talked explicitly about the cost of health care, cost of transportation, about the cost in general, and that wages have been held down for a long time. I, as a councilman from the city of Crystal, we're a residential community. We don't have industry within our community, so a lot of our people live in Crystal and work in the city of Minneapolis, and so therefore this would have huge implications on them and their life. So I appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you. And next we have Councilmember Maria Reagan Gonzalez from Richfield.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Councilmember Maria Reagan Gonzalez from the city of Richfield, and I want to reiterate everything that my colleagues have been saying today. So like individuals, communities have very unique challenges, needs, and solutions. As local elected officials, we not only see on a day-to-day basis the community members that we serve at the grocery store, in our parks, and in the neighborhoods, but we are also acutely aware of the specific values and opportunities that we have to prosper as individual cities and communities. It is essential that this is the essence of local government, and this is why the decision-making power of local government needs to be preserved and protected. And I am urging Governor Dayton to block and veto this bill when it comes across this table, as well as any preemption bills. Last name is Regan space Gonzalez, Gonzalez, and Maria is my first name, Maria. Yes, Regan Gonzalez.
So are there any questions?
Please, Mayor Kennedy.
Sorry, I didn't get
Please.
your first name. I apologize.
Kirsten. That's okay. Kirsten.
A lot of folks will think of this as a metro issue, higher cost of living, some underprivileged populations, as it were, struggling populations. Why is it an issue for
It's an issue for Greater Minnesota because Greater Minnesota, we've been kicking the can down the roads for at least 12 years on infrastructure, on roads. And we are also looking at ways to take responsibility and fix that. What these preemption bills can do is create something where we make a decision as a body, as elected officials, and it can be reversed. And that, I don't know if many people know this, but my term's 2 years. Every 2 years, the mayor's up in my city, and 4 years for city council people. You know, if people want some changes or they don't like the decisions being made, they can make changes. I guess my thought is this. It seems like a power grab to me, and the freedom to make decisions for our communities, that's why we have local governments. Otherwise, it should just be the state making the decisions for us. I'll speak to that a little bit. We do not at this moment have made decisions on that. We have a council that is progressive. We have a city that is trying to pass a levy for our school district, which we've been unable to pass. We are behind. We are behind the curve, and I absolutely believe that those are some issues that might come up. And so they're important to the people that live in North Branch. We do not have as high as income rates as some of southern Chisago County. We have people that cannot find a place to live. We do not have housing options. So those issues absolutely affect Greater Minnesota too. Perhaps not in the forefront as we see them right now. We also have an aging population. And we have an aging population that has a hard time finding a place to live or care because they can't afford it. So my thing is you take care of the 8 and the 80, then we're doing a good job. So absolutely it affects my city in Greater Minnesota.
Other questions? I want to thank everyone for coming here today. We really appreciate your time today to do this. And you might be seeing us around the Capitol some more as we move forward and we see some of these bills coming in and out of committee. We will be here at the Capitol watching these night and day. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you on behalf of our cities, county, our suburban areas. We appreciate you being here and paying attention to this issue. And again, we hope Governor Dayton vetoes this bill should it come across his desk. So thank you.